as the inflation rate is down to 6.5%, thanks in large part to gas prices that have come down a bit. But are the gas prices going to stay down? For that answer to the question, let's go to the hotline where we find the author of the book entitled The Upside of Oil and Gas Investing, Jay Young, joining the program. Happy Friday to you, Jay.
Thank you, Ron. Thanks for having me on.
So I understand that gas prices by and large should be less this year than it was last year, but that's not to say that we'll have a really, really nice deal with gas, especially come summertime.
Right. Well, the administration that we're seeing is really disconnected, if you will, from supply and demand, and that's what honors gas prices is just like supply and demand, like anything that has to do with any commodity. And we have not been drilling for oil in the United States here lately. Our supply is going to go down. And when our supply is down and our demand continues to rise, which it is, China's opening up. A lot of other things are going on. And we just have not been drilling for oil in the United States in the last couple of years. And so it's going to catch up to us. And I believe it's going to catch up to us, coming into this summertime. And we're going to see gas prices going up. So
I understand.
It's a supply and demand issue. We're not having the supply that we normally do. Oil and gas companies aren't coming back to drilling for oil. They're making billions and billions of dollars. It's unbelievable how much money they're making. But instead of coming back to the drill bit and increasing rig count or, putting that money back to work in the oil field, which when oil prices go up like they have been, they're $78, something like that right now. But when you normally see that and oil and gas companies start making all this money, they normally go back to drilling, and they're not doing it this time. And so when they don't do that and our demand stays strong or continues to rise and we don't have that oil and gas, it's going to go up. So that's why we're predicting we're going to see $4 gas again. I don't think it's going to go to $5. It could literally, if a couple of things happen, we could see really high, oil and gas prices, especially gasoline prices coming into the summer next year, and which isn't going to be good for consumers, obviously.
The lowest expected prices for gas apparently is to come next month. They're talking about a national average of around $3 for a gallon of regular unleaded gasoline, which that sounds good to me. Although a couple of years ago it was well below $3 during the pandemic. I believe the price of gas was a lot closer to $2, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Yeah, it was. And because oil and gas prices went down. But then what happened was when it's down that far, companies don't come back to drilling because it doesn't make economic sense. And then the price soared back to 80, 90, 100, and went over $100 a barrel for a while. And then companies came back to drilling, and they started supplying the market. Demand came back. And the reason why, because during the pandemic, obviously, is because, the demand wasn't there. Nobody was driving. Nobody's doing anything during the pandemic. So our demand was way down. But when the demand and supply are in such a disconnect as they have been these last 6 months and a year, where normally these oil and gas companies go back to drilling, but they're not doing it this time. And that's what's really catching us. And, writing the book, The Upside of Oil and Gas Investing, I wrote the book, and I wanted to tell people about oil and gas investing and also about, my family and who we are, kingoperating.com. It's a great way to think about your investments because you need to invest in oil and gas. Everybody needs to diversify their portfolios, not only tax benefits and things of that nature, but they need to invest in it, even if they're going to buy a $2 or $3 stock or a $5 stock, something to diversify, because I do believe prices are going to go up, and they're going to pay more at the pump. And if they can offset it somehow, hey, that's good for them for looking out for themselves.
Jay, where can you find the book, The Upside of Oil and Gas Investing?
Any place you buy, any place you buy books. You can go on my website, kingoperating.com, and if somebody goes on there and fills the form out, I'd be glad to send them a book. I want people to know about it, but you can go to kingoperating.com, Jay Young, and get a book. We'd love to send out some to your listeners.
Jay, thank you so much for coming on board. Look forward to speaking with you soon.
Yeah, absolutely, Ron. Have a great day, and I'm hoping for one of your 4 teams. I heard one of your 4 teams to win a championship. I'm pulling for you.
I'm a big Bills fan, so they're next on the docket. Hopefully, they win the Super Bowl this year.
They're looking pretty good. They really are.
Yeah, I hope so. Jay, thanks a lot.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot.
I appreciate it. The author of The Upside of Oil and Gas Investing, Jay Young.